Welcome back to yet another event guide. It has been some time due to the Leonid World Link event since we last saw each other. But the Leonid World Link event has come to a close and we have arrived at our final event of July. Due to this event not being announced during the last Colorful Corner and the next one being on August 30th, we will be using the placeholder name for this event. Meaning that the event name, the gacha name, the information related to the card as well as the virtual live stickers are all due to change. So please keep this in mind, but this is Chase My Ideal Idol. This event will run from July 31st to August 7th. And this is a More Jump unit-focused event in the cute attribute with Airi as the focus character and the rest of More Jump and their virtual singers acting as supporting cast. And since we're coming back to normal marathon events, we will have 2 exchange shop cards. With Minori taking the 2-star slot with her card because I want to shine even more. Minori is a pure attribute scorer skill card, meaning she is used in one future event. The event in question is the most recent event as of recording this, being Start Rolling Star Crossing, that will run from the 23rd of July to the 29th of July. With Minori, HARUKA and SHIZUKU in the gacha, meaning of course that the exchange of Minori from Chase My Ideal Idol is lower gameplay value, as Minori is available with a 70% bonus from the gacha for this event. With the 3-star slot being taken by Rin and their card carrying the feelings I want to deliver. Rin is a cute attribute card with a healer skill called Idols Really Are Nice. And because Rin is matching the event attribute of Chase My Ideal Idol, she will be usable with a 50% bonus during this event. And this card is of course higher gameplay value, as More Jump Rin is only ever available with a 50% bonus for this event. So I highly suggest you pick up this Rin as soon as possible, as she will be a great addition to your team if you're a new to mid-game player or if you're someone in the late game who doesn't have a 5th slot for the team. But Rin sadly does not have any additional future usability outside of Chase My Ideal Idol. But of course the exchange shop cards are not the only cards being added with the event, as we also have the event gacha streaming live for you, running from July 31st to August 9th. And with this being the final event of the month, the gacha is limited, meaning it abides by standard limited gacha rules. This means a 3% chance for a 4-star, no pity bar, and using the pink vouchers and stickers. And since it is a standard limited gacha, we will have 3 new cards being added. These cards of course matches the event attribute, once again being cute, and are considered the focus cards of the event, granting a 70% bonus in event team building. And this time around SHIZUKU and HARUKA are without future usability, so I will skip that section for their cards. But we are of course starting with the focus character of the event, being Airi and her card Shine On Me.
この瞬間を特別な思い出にしましょう。
Airi is a scorer skill card with the skill name A Chance One Day. And scorer skill cards will grant 100% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. With Airi's new costume and hairstyle combination being called Cheerful Streamer. And Airi is the only one out of the 3 cards being added with the gacha that has additional future usability. Airi will see use during the event Unfading Wishing that will run from December 31st to January 9th. In the gacha for this event is Akito, Kaito, and Airi, meaning of course that Airi from Chase My Ideal Idol is of lower gameplay value, as she is available with a 70% bonus for this event. This is the only event Airi has future usability in as it currently stands. with Airi having 2 new limited cards upcoming. The first one is coming from the event Put Your Heart Into It Dream Stage, also known as the 4th anniversary, that will start on September 30th and run until October 9th. This is then followed by the event we just mentioned, Unfading Wishing, once again running from December 31st to January 9th, 2026, with Airi having 3 additional reruns also upcoming. As always, remember that the second rerun of any given limited gacha is the final rerun before the gacha is discontinued and the cards enter the Recollection Festival gacha pool. For more information what this entails, check out my general guide linked down in the description. But the first gacha we will encounter for Airi is the first rerun of the Welcome to Diner gacha happening next month in August, with its second rerun already confirmed for April 2026. This is then followed by the final rerun of the Flight to the Futures gacha in October, and this is then capped off by the gacha As Autumn Dusk Wanes first rerun in November, with its second rerun already confirmed for June 2026. So Airi definitely have some solid choices when it comes to upcoming limited cards, but our second character in the gacha is Haruka with her card Shiki Jr.
私はまだいけるけどな。
Haruka is a perfect logger scale card with the skill name Embers That Still Burn, and perfect logger scale cards will make all bad and higher taps become perfect for 5.5 seconds and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1, with Haruka's new costume and hairstyle combination being called Innocent Streamer. With Haruka only having a single new limited card upcoming from an event we've already mentioned. Haruka will join Airi in Unfading Wishing, but she will be a Bloom Festival exclusive card, meaning she will only be available between December 31st and January 4th, 2026. And in addition, Haruka has 3 upcoming reruns. The first one we will encounter is the final rerun of the Flight to the Futures gacha, once again happening in October. This is then followed by the gacha As Autumn Dusk Wanes, once again having its first rerun in November and its second rerun in June of 2026. With the final rerunning gacha for Haruka being Photogenic Valentine, that will have its first rerun in February with no second rerun yet confirmed. So Haruka's picking is slightly slimmer than Airi's, but this leaves us with our final character in the gacha being Shizuku and our card A Special Good Luck Charm.
一緒に最高のステージにしよう。
Shizuku is a perfect scorer skill card with the skill name I Want to Become a Strict Instructor, and perfect scorer skill cards will grant 110% score bonus for 5 seconds for only perfect taps, with Shizuku's new costume and hairstyle combination being called Mellow Streamer. And Shizuku, just like Haruka, only has a single new limited card upcoming. The new card comes from the event Put Your Heart Into This One Stitch, that will run from January 31st to February 8th. And Shizuku breaks the patterns for the reruns, as she only has 2 upcoming. She first joins both Airi and Haruka in the gacha As Autumn Dusk Wanes, once again having its first rerun in November and its second rerun confirmed for June 2026. She then shows up in the second rerun of the City of Spirits gacha happening in January. So the pickings for new and old limited cards get slimmer and slimmer for each character. But that covers everything you needed to know about the Streaming Live for You gacha. And I once again want to remind you that the gacha name and all of the card information I have given you are placeholder translated name by the community, as we have not gotten the official announcement yet as I'm recording this on July 26th. But with that, we can move on to the event team building. I will remind everyone that since the event over Rad Squad, all blank virtual singers will be able to grant the 50% bonus, seeing as long as they are the correct character and the correct attribute being cute for this event. And since this is a unit focused event, all virtual singers, as long as they are in the Mormor Jump or blank unit, will be able to grant the 50% bonus. But with that, let's get into the asterisks for the 2-star and 3-star cards. Both the 2-star Minori featuring Kirimi-chan and the 2-star Meiko featuring Nya, Nye, Nyu, Nye, and Nyon are from the Sanrio collaboration event, meaning that if you did not play during this event or you did not pick them up, you have no way of having these cards at all. In addition, the 2-star Rin comes from the More Jump World Link event, meaning that she has not yet entered the standard gacha pool. And of course, the 3-star Rin comes from the exchange shop of this event, Chase My Ideal Idol, meaning that she will be available to pick up for 15,000 tokens if you want her for your event team building. Finally, the 2-star Minori and the 3-star Len comes from the event The Warmth of a Guiding Hand. The Warmth of a Guiding Hand entered the standard gacha pool last month, meaning that if you haven't pulled during this month or last month's gachas, you have no way of having these cards if you didn't play during the event The Warmth of a Guiding Hand in November of last year. But that covers all of the asterisks for the 2-star and 3-star cards, so we can look towards the 4-star selection. And this time around we have 21 available 4-star cards, with 5 events bringing more than 1 card to the roster. Out of these 5 events, 1 is limited and 4 are permanent. The limited event in question is the Moon Rabbit and Us, which only brought a single limited card in the form of SHIZUKU because the Meiko added with this gacha is considered permanent. As for the permanent events, the first one we encountered was actually the first ever More Jump unit focused event, Time to Restart, that brought an Airi, a Minori, and a More Jump Rin. This was followed by the event Dear Me from back then that brought a Minori, a Haruka, and an Airi. Close thereafter, we saw the release of the event Raise Your Bow in the Snow White world that brought both a SHIZUKU and a More Jump Kaito. With the final event bringing more than 1 card, being Friendship Rebuilt that brought an Airi, a Haruka, and a SHIZUKU. This leaves us with 8 remaining cards, 6 of which are limited, 1 being semi-limited, and the final one being a permanent card. With the limited cards in order of release, starting with the Envious Tailor for Luca from the 7 Deadly Sins collab. This was then followed by the Haruka from the event The Tomorrow We Hope For. Following this is the Colorful Festival Len from the 2.5 anniversary, which is followed by 3 closely together limited cards, starting with the Luca from the event Let Sekai Hear Your Song. Then we saw the Colorful Festival Kaito as well as the event Minori tied to the 3rd anniversary Hello to a New Day, with these being our final limited cards for the event team roster. The semi-limited card of course comes from the first More Jump World Link event, being the Minori. The final permanent card being the More Jump Miku, released with a release celebration gacha, not tied to any event. And in addition to this pretty impressive roster of 4-star cards, we have 5 birthday cards as an additional bonus. We have the Haruka and the Kaito from the 1st year batch of birthday cards, as well as the SHIZUKU and Luca from the 2nd year batch, with Rin finally coming from the 3rd year batch. With this being our final roster, I do think that the selection is actually quite fine this time around. While 8 out of the 21 cards are limited, this is still a majority permanent cards in the 4-star selection. I also wanna point out that 2 of the limited cards are Colorful Festival exclusive card that came out with the 3rd and the 2.5 anniversary respectively. Both of which are majorly popular gachas, with Colorful Festivals often being more worth to pull from, meaning that more people might own the Kaito and the Len. And even if we lost 4 2-star cards to availability and limited gachas, there is still a pretty decent selection of 2-star cards for new players to pick from. And still, if we exclude the Len that just became available in the standard gacha pool, there are still 5 available 3-star cards, 1 for each unit member, as well as More Jump Miku, all of which are quite old when it comes to joining the standard gacha pool. And in addition, we have a 6th member in the form of the exchange of Rin that is available during the entire duration of the event, meaning that the 3-star selection for this event is actually really solid for a new to mid-game players as well as late game players who need something to fall back on. So I really do think that this event has one of the better event team buildings we have seen in a while, even if there are 3 unit focused events bringing cute attribute cards for more jump. We still have some alternatives from a mixed event as well as some high profile limited cards. So I really think personally that this is a pretty decent team building selection. So instead of rambling on and on about the event team building, we can look towards when the event ends, where we will see a virtual live. The virtual live will be available between August 7th and August 8th. And participating in the virtual live will grant you 300 crystals and a stamp. The stamp this time around of Airi being "What admirable scenery." Finally, since this is a unit focused event, we will also have a commissioned song releasing on August 7th. Killer will release with a Sekai version and a virtual singer version with 2 alternative vocals coming later. A Rin alternative vocal and an Airi alternative vocal should release around May 23rd, 2026, so if you're a Rin stan or an Airi fan, you can look forward to these alternative vocals. So with that, we have covered everything you needed to know about the event Chase My Ideal Idol. I personally don't have much to say about this event actually. From what little I have seen, it seems to be a very solid and sweet story for more jump, with the card art, theme, and costumes not really speaking to me personally. I don't personally like the hairstyles or hats for the girls, as I think they look quite silly for me personally. But I have seen some of you guys be very excited about this event, which makes me very happy, because not every event can speak to me personally, as that would be very boring, and I love to see when people like events that I don't personally have strong feelings for. It actually makes me feel very happy seeing you guys' excitement for events that I don't feel strongly for, because not only does it prove that everyone have different opinions and everyone will have a different favorite event, it also shows that everyone cares about different events and makes me happy knowing that it's just not for me. So please, down in the comments, share with me why you love Airi 5. What is it that makes this set and this event so special to you? I love to hear what you guys think, and while you're down there, make sure that you've subscribed, rung the bell, left a like, and maybe even share this guide with a friend who might need the help. All of these things help immensely in my growth as a channel, and we just hit 23,000 subscribers, which is an amazing number. I also want to extend a warm thank you to all of my Patreons for continuously supporting me in my endeavors as a creator, with a special big thank you to all of my append players, being Bambi, Charlie Toyism, Gabby C, Helen P001 Star, Katie, Mia Marie 21, Opal Siren, Peterish, Romaru, Shoop, Snowby Hickory, and Veritas Uwu. All of these guys are truly amazing and have been supporting me for a very long time, and they do get me closer to making my dream true of making this a full-time endeavor where I can make more general guides and outside content for Project Sekai. So if you wanna join them in supporting me that little bit extra, you can find the link to my Patreon down in the description. But with that, we have covered everything we needed to know about Chase My Ideal Idol. So I will not keep you here any longer. Let's get out of here for the week.